On Triple J.
And you're also joined by someone who we absolutely love here. She needs no introduction. She's been at the pointy end of several Hottest 100s. She's got bunches of platinum tracks. Her album won the Best Aria alongside several other awards she won that year. She's the best thing to come out of the Gold Coast since the Lethal Weapon ride. It's Amy Shark.
Appreciate it.
How are you?
I'm great. How have you guys been?
Really good.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
We've got you on Zoom here, so I can see inside your studio. To describe it to people who can't see you, there's lots of guitars. I'm seeing like at least 12 guitars in the background.
I swear I didn't place them there to look like a dick. They're just like, I've had some people bring some stuff around. They're not all mine.
Well, we mentioned also a few of the honours you've received, but I'd like to mention a more recent one. Russell Crowe saying on Twitter that he's waiting for new music from you. What's going on there?
Rusty, always on my back. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. He was like a pretty decent fan straight out the gate. He kind of just loves to jump on board Australian music, and he's just a really good champion of that. So yeah, he's been on my case for a while.
Yeah, he's been really busy in the last few days. I'm like, is this why Amy's releasing the song now? Is it pressure from the Gladiator?
Just to please Russell Crowe.
So tell us a bit about this new track, Everybody Rise. Where did it start for you?
Well, I wrote Everybody Rise at the end of 2018, and so I kind of kept it in my back pocket. I really when I wrote it, I loved the chorus. I thought the chorus was really special and could be something great, but I wasn't overly sold on the verses. And so I kind of just kept it there. And I guess that at the time there was some other songs that I was a little bit more excited about maybe. And I kind of just had it sitting there. And then I did, I kind of had a few stages over the past few months where I thought I'd finished this next body of work. I'm like, it's done. But then I kept kind of writing and writing. And then a session came up with Joel Little, and I love Joel. We're good friends, and I had him on another song on Love Monster, but everything kind of felt a little rushed, and this time I got to go and spend some time in New Zealand with him and his family, and he was kind of like, what have you been working on? And is there something you want to, sometimes I'm really protective of what I've been working on to take into a session, but he's one that I'm just, I just know he's of what he's capable of, and played him Everybody Rise. And within like a couple of seconds, he like just turned around to his keyboard and just played those pizzicato strings that you hear, well, that people will hear soon. And it just changed everything for me. Like we both got so excited, and in my head, it went from being this little kind of cruisy acoustic song to just this big kind of iconic sounding pop song. And I just told him to keep building that beat, and I left, and he's got this awesome pool table just outside the studio, and I could hear what he was doing, and I just kept rewriting the verses and then just fell into like the bridge, and it was kind of effortless. And I love that about songs, because sometimes I can be pretty impatient.
Well, let's put it on so everyone knows what we're talking about. They can hear the pizzicato and everything else. This is brand new stuff for Amy Shark, a world premiere, the very first time you're hearing it or anyone is hearing it anywhere in the world. We'd love to know what you think about it. 0439 757 555. Amy Shark has just thrown her head back and put her head in her hands.
I was fine until now. I was fine.
That is brand new music from Amy Shark. It's called Everybody Rise. And Amy Shark joins you now. Loads of texts coming in to tell you how much people love the song. This song is so good, someone writes. Other people saying 100% certified banger. Go Sharky, you're a bloody goddess of music. That's from Jake. And Jack in Bathurst. Amy, you're a goddess. Love it, love it, love it. From the very first beat.
Yeah, Shark Alert. This song is fire, said Brad. Really love it. Amy Shark's gone and done something really different. Instant banger, Joe from Brizzy. How are you feeling now it's out in the world, Amy?
Oof, man, I feel so good. I can't even explain this feeling. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. This is like I can enjoy my night now. This is good.
Tell us a little bit about the details of the song, because the lyric in there, we all wonder what it's like to be with you. It sort of seems like it's about unrequited love, but not in a normal way that you would hear about it in music.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's definitely a topic that I've touched on heaps in my songs and in my catalog, and I'm definitely no stranger to that feeling, which is kind of sad. But I think I just remember it must have just be something in my subconscious that has really sort of lingered, that feeling of forming feelings for someone, and you just like, I think I have to learn to like live without this person, and that really sucks. And I kind of like how I tackled it in this song, just because it really makes everyone feel like they're in it together. And there was also, I don't know if I wasn't going to say this, but it's a little creepy, but you guys will cope with it, okay? So when Shane had he had like his Instagram, and which is my partner, and he would get these same guys writing to him these really gnarly questions about me, and he ended up like putting his Instagram on private, and these guys were like breaching on like stalkery sort of questions, and one of them ended with, "Oh, look, we just want to know what it's like to be with Amy." And yeah, it was gross, super gross, but great idea for a song. And but it got me thinking. I'm like, yeah, I remember being at school and talking to the girls, and like, you know, you would always have this guy that you were like, oh man, someone gets to be with that guy, like someone. And it's just such a worldly, understandable topic. Like, if you ignore, you know, whatever his name is, Jaso at something, whatever his name is, you know, like it was just such a interesting thing, because I mean, I don't see myself like that at all. And coming from someone who did not have the confidence at school to be that person, and to have anyone want to know anything about me is quite weird still. And especially Shane, he's like looking to his left and being like, she's like, I've got like my hair everywhere drooling, like, and they're like, you can have her, man, like she's not that great. But yeah, it was just like a weird thing, and I never really know what I'm going to write about. So I kind of just let these things happen, and then I work out what it's about later. And yeah, it's just a topic that I guess keeps coming up.
Well, the love for the song is still pouring in on the text line, and it's really exciting to have new music from you. Is this part of a new album? How far along are you, if it is?
Well, yeah, of course it is. I mean,
I'm being coy about it.
I know. I like to stress you out a bit there, Hopper. But yeah, it was just like it. If I didn't have an album ready to go, like what actually have I been doing? So it's very exciting. Yeah, I've had a lot of downtime, but you know, fortunately, I got to do a lot of the heavy lifting before Corona kind of hit. So I got to spend a lot of this time really perfecting everything, and sort of probably annoying a lot of people, but getting everything sounding really nice.
On the annoying lots of people, you mentioned Joel Little, who, you know, incredible producer, worked with Lord and heaps of other people. But you've had a real cavalcade of stars on your Instagram of people who I was like, I wonder if these are people she just bumped into or people she's been working with. Because let me just rattle off a couple of names, and you can let me know if any of these people were involved in any of the work. Obviously, Ed Sheeran, you did some writing with. Mark Ronson, Diplo, Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, Billie Eilish, Rule, Post Malone.
What the hell? Where are you getting this from?
I mean, look, you know, I have my sources. Did you just
make up your own wish list? It sounds like a good one.
I mean, these are literally people you have like photos with everywhere.
That's because I'm a sadder, and I'm like still one of these people that's like, oh, you're so cool, come here. Like I'm usually like, you know, 10 beers deep and get photos with everybody. But there's definitely some really exciting people that I got to work with, you know, in the last year, I guess. Like that's, you know, if it feels like a really, really long, I mean, it has been.
The last month feels like a year. So the whole year feels like a decade.
I know. So, you know, at the start, it was like, yeah, it was, I guess it was really hard because I had everything ready to go, and I'd had like what I'd like to call a break. Like everyone's like, Amy, you need a break. And I was like, this sucks. Like, cause I don't think I need one, but I'm kind of grateful now that I did. And I just think it's like, it is brutal that we needed to go through this sort of COVID-19 situation to have people sort of pay attention to big things that are happening in the world. But it's kind of, I went from being like, this is so crappy, you know, the bushfires, and we're just getting attacked here, and this is the worst year ever. And I was really like bummed out. And then I don't know, I feel like everything kind of looks like it all makes sense to me now. It's like, oh, okay, the world needed to stop to breathe again and look at everything that was really serious. So I kind of have been looking at this year very differently. And everything to do with me, with my music, kind of felt like a really small aspect. And I think that even made me relax more. That even made me just sit back and be like, I don't know, just look at things very differently. So sorry to get deep on you guys.
No, not at all.
I've had a couple of drinks. So.
I honestly think, again, that's another like side effect of the year is when you ask someone how they are, it used to be small talk, and now it's like, no, honestly,
It's like, sit down, man.
how are you?
Nothing like big talk.
Yeah. Well, Amy Shark, it's always a pleasure. As Hingers has said, the love for this new track, Everybody Rise, is still coming in. We look forward to hearing what's next for you, but always an absolute delight. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat to Triple J.
Thank you, guys. So nice to meet you, Hing. Finally. Cool.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
This